Trump's surprising choice to prioritize a podcast appearance over a scheduled speech sends a jolt through his supporters. This puzzling decision raises critical questions about his dedication to the very voters who rallied behind him. Could this be a sign of a deeper issue within his campaign? As the crowd reacts, a palpable frustration simmers among the attendees at his rallies. It's a frustration that echoes past incidents where Trump seemed to overlook his supporters, casting shadows over his chances in crucial swing states. What implications does this disconnect hold for his campaign? In a perplexing move, Trump attempts to clarify his lateness through a video message. Yet, this leads to further speculation about his alienation from his supporters. With a consistent pattern of delays, could he be unwittingly driving a wedge between himself and the very base that once stood firmly beside him? Meanwhile, Kamala Harris commands attention as her rally in Houston attracts an astounding crowd of 25,000 to 30,000 enthusiastic supporters. This impressive turnout not only underscores her strong electoral appeal but also highlights her talent for connecting with voters on a personal level. How does this stark contrast with Trump's events influence public sentiment? In a striking contrast to Harris's success, Trump's recent event at Coachella revealed glaring logistical failures, leaving many attendees stranded with no buses to take them back. This mismanagement raises troubling questions about the effectiveness of his campaign organization. Could these issues signal larger problems ahead? Footage from Trump's Coachella event showcases the chaotic aftermath, with attendees lingering in the early hours, waiting for transportation. The scene paints a vivid picture of disarray and disappointment, prompting supporters to wonder, is this the kind of experience they signed up for? During a rally in Nebraska, the atmosphere took a dangerously uncomfortable turn. Many were left facing perilous conditions, with ambulances called to assist those in distress. This troubling disregard for the well-being of his supporters raises urgent questions. Is Trump truly attuned to the needs of his base? In Nevada, Trump's speech epitomized a troubling lack of empathy. Instead of addressing the concerns of his audience, he fixated on his own discomfort. This moment starkly illustrates a transactional perspective on voter support, leaving many wondering if he values their allegiance or merely their votes. At a Pennsylvania event, Trump packed supporters into a stifling, small gym devoid of air conditioning, resulting in attendees fainting from the heat. His reaction to this crisis revealed a shocking indifference to their health and safety. What does this say about his leadership in a time of crisis? The public is deeply divided, with reactions from both supporters and critics reflecting disbelief and outrage at the rhetoric and themes prevalent in Trump's events. This chasm in perception raises the question, will this division have lasting implications on future elections? Moreover, the segment delves into Trump's choice of rally music, the very anthem of the January 6th insurrection. Such a selection sends shivers down the spines of critics, prompting serious concerns about the message he conveys. What does this mean for the tone of his campaign as it unfolds? As we examine Trump's speeches, one cannot overlook the bizarre anecdotes and remarks that often surface. These distractions divert attention from critical political discourse, exemplifying his unconventional speaking style. But here lies a burning question: does this approach resonate positively with voters? The mention of Hannibal Lecter looms large, serving as a metaphor for the unsettling nature of today's political rhetoric. By employing fictional characters in real-life campaigning, critical questions arise about the current state of political discourse. What are the ramifications of such comparisons? Recent polls reveal an eyebrow-raising surge in early voting among Republicans. This significant shift hints at a potential change in voter sentiment that could reshape the landscape compared to previous election cycles. What might this newfound enthusiasm signal for the future? Lastly, the speaker underscores a growing disconnect between political elites and the general populace. This widening gap potentially fuels the rising voter turnout among traditional constituents. As we observe these dynamics, one must ponder, can the political landscape ever truly bridge this chasm?